Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sam and today we'll be talking about switches for mechanical keyboards. So switches are actually the fundamentals of a mechanical keyboard. It's what makes it mechanical and they can really change the sound signature of the board. A lot of people after getting their stock switches will look to upgrade to better and better sounding ones. A few of the best budget ones are the Gateron Milky Yellows and the Gateron Milky Blacks. So today we'll be taking a look at the Gateron Milky Yellows and Gateron Milky Blacks and compare them to the RK Browns and RK Reds. Let's get this video started. So here are the 4 switches we're going to be taking a look at today. We have the RK Browns, the RK Reds, the Gateron Milky Yellows and the Gateron Milky Blacks. I'm not really sure on the specs on the RK Browns and RK Reds, but the RK Browns are a tactile switch, the RK Reds are a linear smooth switch, and on the Gateron Milky Yellows, it's actually a 50 grams operating force and it bottoms out at 65 grams. For the Gateron Milky Blacks, it's a little bit more, it's 60 grams operating force and bottoms out at 75 grams. Okay, so these are the versions I have for the RK Browns. It's a tactile switch and you can see that there's a cutout for the LED here, or RGB LED, and it's actually a 3-pin switch which has 2 pins and a protruding knob right here. It has clear housing and a black back. And then these are the RK Reds that I have. This one is also a clear housing and a white back. We can also see the same cutout for the LEDs, and this also 3-pin right here. These are the Gateron Milky Yellows I have. Again, we can see the top here, but there is no cutout for LEDs. They're just for holes for the LEDs to shine through, and it's actually 5-pin at the back here. So if your board is actually 3-pin, you need to trim off 2 of these pieces. The whole case is a milky color to make it sound more talky. It's almost the same case with these. These are the Gateron Milky Blacks. Again, we can see on the top there's actually 4 holes for the LEDs to shine through. There is no physical cutout, and it's actually 5-pin, and the whole housing is again in milky, and it sounds more talky in my opinion. So there's a few factors to go in when you're choosing a switch. I have here an example of a PCB. This is a PCB of my Royal Kludge RK100 or RK860. As you can see, it's 5-pin hot swap and there's actually a protruding LED. So as we have looked at previously, you only can put switches with a LED cutout into here like the Holy Pandas or the stock RK switches. So Gateron Milky Yellows and the Gateron Milky Blacks will not fit in here because they do not have the cutout for the LEDs. This is another example of another keyboard PCB that I have. This is the Royal Kludge RK84. As you guys can see, the LED is not protruding and it's actually 5-pin hot swap. So most of all the switches will fit in here actually because the LED is not protruding. So you don't need to have a cutout in the switch. I'm going to do a quick sound test now. This is going to be for the RK Brown. So they sound pretty good. They are a tactile switch, so there is a little bump. These are how the RK Red sounds. So they sound quite smooth, quite okay, but there is a little bit of friction because these are looped. Now these are the Gateron Milky Yellows, which are looped with Krytox 205, and the spring is 105. They sound really nice and smooth. Now these are the Gateron Milky Blacks. They are also looped with Krytox 205 and the spring is 105. So out of these 4 switches, if you want to have a nice feel and you don't want to use so much force, you can go with the Gateron Milky Yellows. I personally like the Gateron Milky Blacks more because I think that more force is needed and they sound really good. Now let's put it into a keyboard and see how it sounds like with some ABS and PBT keycaps. So yeah, that was a quick comparison between these 4 switches. I think lubing them will make them sound way better and take away a lot of the scratchiness. So do I recommend upgrading to Gateron Milky Yellows? Yes, because for the price, they actually go for 70 cents per piece. And I actually know someone called Brandon Clicks. You can check him out in the links in the description below. I've bought from him before for a lot of times. He only charges 50 cents to get them looped with Kratox 205 grade 0 and the back loop the switches with Kratox 105. So one switch will only cost around RM1.20, and I think it's really worth it, especially if you're just starting out and you want to get a new switch. So yeah, I hope you guys like this video with me comparing a lot of the switches. If you like this video, you can leave a like. If you didn't like this video, you can dislike it. If you're new to my channel, you may want to subscribe. I have more content like this coming up very soon. And as always, thanks for watching. Goodbye guys.